Hi children, how are you? I hope you are fine, you are safe. And for the class 5 children, please open page number 179 as we have completed till reptiles here we have completed in the previous video. Now we are going to complete the humans, okay. So, do you know children, the humans are very advanced animals, okay, they can think. Compared to the limbs of animals, the limbs of human beings are highly developed. They use only one pair of limbs, lower limbs, to support their body while walking and standing. So children, how the human beings they walk, but they are using only two limbs, that is hind limbs and forelimbs for hands. Okay, that is why unlike other animals, humans have erect posture. They stand, walk and run with only one pair of limbs called legs. Exactly, that we have done, yes. This is an advantage. For example, when in danger, they can use their legs to run and escape, and their arms or upper limbs for defense or attack. Yes, our arms is our forelimbs. So whenever we are, it is used for holding and protecting ourselves, fighting with others, and for defense and attack also. So these are the upper limbs. But what about the legs? It is helpful in the standing, walking, running. Okay. So this is for the all advantages. Okay, children. First see this one all we have seen. I think this one we have not seen this. So this is the birds which have the wings to fly. See, birds use their legs for many activities like for run, hop, perch, walk. These are all the things they are using for the this claws only. Okay, so these are the flightless birds. Even though they have wings, but they cannot fly. Okay, like emu, kiwi, and ostrich. These are the reptiles like snake and crocodile. They can only crawl, even though they have forelimbs as well as hind limbs, and they have very dry and scaly skin. Now last one is humans. Humans, they are walking, they can walk, they can run, and they have forelimbs as thumb and fingers. Even in other animals, you cannot find these all things. Okay, so humans are the most developed among all animals. So humans are the most developed animals among all the animals. Okay, children. Now here I came. Okay, now this one. Our hands are adapted to hold objects. The arrangement of the thumb opposite to the fingers enables us to hold tools and do many kinds of work. So we can say that humans are most developed among all animals. Okay. So see, the arrangement of the thumb is opposite to the fingers and which enables to hold the things. And so many kinds of work we are doing with the help of our hands. Okay, children. Now this is the activity. Let us see what is there. Ask your parents or teacher to take you a zoo. Write the names of different animals you see there and group according to their movements like flying, running, swimming and crawling. Discuss your observation in the class. Obviously children, you have went to the zoo park and maybe you have observed all the things. Let us go through this table or flow chart. This is movement of animals. First one is water, air and land, on land. In water, in air, on land. Okay. In water, by swimming. By swimming, what are the different animals? Like fins, they have fishes, fins have fishes, and paddle like limbs like tortoises or turtles, webbed feet like frog and duck. In flying, wings and feathers, wings and scales. Wings and scale, the wings are very light in weight. For that, butterfly and other small insects like honeybees, fly, mosquitoes, right? And for wings and feathers, like different types of birds, parrot, parakeet and eagle. So those are the birds. Next one, by crawling, walking or running. Okay, this is the on land animals for the movement. So for the scales, obviously snakes, short legs or they only can crawl, that one is for reptiles. And long and strong legs like deer, giraffe, elephant, yes, they have different types of legs. Okay, now coming to the checkpoint, please do this children, page number 180. Yes, circle the correct answers. Most mammals have how many limbs? 2 limbs, 4 limbs or 6 limbs? Obviously that is 4 limbs. Turtles, penguins, frogs use 4 paddle-like limbs to push water back and swim. That is turtles. We can see now, we have already seen here. See, the turtles have what? Paddle-like limbs. So obviously here also paddle-like limbs they have turtles. Next one, emu, crow, hen is a flightless bird. Yes, that is emu. Emu is a flightless bird. Even though they have wings, but they can't fly. Now coming to the migration. Migration among animals. Some animals move great distance at certain times of the year. This mass movement of animals from one place to another is known as migration. Yes, what is that? What do you mean by migration, children? The mass movement of animals or birds from one place to another is called as migration. Okay. Animals migrate to escape harsh weather, to search for food, to reach their breeding grounds. So why they have to migrate? We have seen already this video, right? For breeding purposes, for and for to escape from the harsh weather, for food, okay, for taking the protection. These are all the things why they are migrating. Some birds like storks and mallard ducks visit India every winter from other countries. So some birds like storks and mallard ducks, they are visiting from the other countries to India. So this is the example for migration in the India. Migratory fish like eels spend their life in rivers. So this is the migration takes place in the water. Okay. They travel from river to the sea to lay eggs. Where to say to lay eggs, where they are coming? They are migrating from the river to the sea. Now what has happened, then we will see. When the eggs hatch, the parent eels die and young ones travel back to the river where the parents had started their journey. Okay. So what happened now? The parents eels will die and then they travel back to the river where the parents started their journey. Again when it will come into the migratory process, then they will come again to the sea, they reproduce and their eggs will be converted into the eels, young eels, and the young ones also went to the river. Okay. Locusts are harmful migratory insects. Swarms of locusts settle on standing crops and destroy them. Many kinds of butterflies are also migrate. The monarch butterflies fly from Canada to Mexico. So these are different types of monarch butterflies are present which are migrating from one place to another. And which places, children? That is Canada to Mexico. And the locusts are the harmful insects. The swarm of locusts means locusts, the group of locusts is called as swarms. Okay, children. The migration is the most common in birds. Yes, obviously you can see the picture here. Yes, very nice picture how the migration process is going on. See, yes, very excellent. Like you can see this. Yes, this is the migratory birds. Okay. Okay. So birds migrate to escape harsh weather, to search of food and reach their breeding grounds. Okay. So migration is the most common in birds. The Arctic tern, very important, children, this one. The Arctic tern travels a distance of nearly 35,000 km between the Arctic and the Antarctic twice a year. So it means twice a year, in a year 2 times they are, okay. They are migrating, okay, and they are traveling the distance of 35,000 km, okay. The European stork travels from Europe to Africa every winter, okay, every winter they are migrating, okay. When spring comes, it returns to Europe to the same nest. It is a great mystery how migrating animals decide where to go and in which direction to fly. Some animals take the help of sea currents. The reindeer find their direction with the help of the sun's rays. Birds follow the coastline. So this actually today is also a mystery, that how they are migrating from one place to another and how they are follow the direction also. So what happened now, like scientists has been research and they are saying that like few they are taking the help of sea currents, few they are taking the reindeer, like they are taking the help of the sun's rays direction, and birds follow the coastline. Okay, coastline, the sea currents which are present in at the bank of the river, that is called as coastline. Scientists used various old and new methods to study migration. Rings and tiny transmitters are fixed on animals to track their movement patterns. We should look after our feathered friends and protect them from any harm. So even though scientists are searching for how their migration, their process is continuously going on, but we have to protect our feathered animals. What are they? They are birds, okay, and we have to protect them. And like they few of them sometimes chips and transmitters and sometimes cameras, they are keeping on the birds, like either by the claws or at the feathers, so that they can trace their location or to trace how the migration is happening in the birds. For that they are taking, okay. But all the things what we are doing, it should not harm them, that we have to keep in our mind, okay. Birds like the purple moorhen and pelican are the local migratory birds of India. So we have already seen like storks and mallard ducks visit India every winter from the other countries. But the purple moorhen and pelican, they are the local migratory birds, okay. Some animals make long journeys quickly. Sea turtles can swim all day as fast as the athlete runs. Do you find that, like even the athletes, how much they are running fast? The sea turtles are running so fast in a day, as soon as very fast they can run, okay children. And see, migration process is going every time, but the thing is, it's depend upon their situation for what they are going to migrate. It's for the breeding process or for the resting place or for the escaping from the harsh weather or taking the protection. So these are all the things for which they are doing the migration, okay children. So this we have completed our chapter, the textual exercises also. So the next video will be the textual exercises, okay children. Take care children, bye, have a nice day.